So I just learned recently that about 50% of my generation does not have jobs, but fret not, allow this YouTuber to help you find a job. Alright, so the first one on my list is a human statue. They get paid around $20 to $60 an hour, which I didn't even think, I never knew it was like that, to be honest. I might as well just start doing that. But I think it's really cool, you know, like if you were to have a minimum wage job, right? For example, a cashier. That one, you're really just standing for what, 4 to 8 hours? This is about the same thing. It's just, you know, you don't have to move around to get stuff. You know, you just sit still in one place. Another thing, you also need to know how to do makeup design, because if you don't, you're not gonna look like a statue. You just look like someone that's like very gray and pale. Like, you ever seen Voldemort? It's about the same if you don't know what you're doing. See, now location matters greatly. It's the difference between you setting yourself up in New Mexico, where each city's about like 10 miles apart and you're just in the middle of that. But yeah, but other human statues are probably thinking the same thing. So you gotta have to come up with something even more innovative, you know, like really tap into that creative like aspect of your mind and create like the ultimate human statue, just so you can be paid a little bit above what a truck driver would make every hour. Next up on the list, we got bounty hunting. Now, this one is illegal in about 4 states. You got Illinois, Kentucky, Oregon, and Wisconsin. Everywhere else is basically fair game. According to ZipRecruiter, you can make upwards of $29,000 to $81,000 a year, and in California alone, you can make yourself in between $60,000 to $120,000. And apparently, the wage is in between 18 to 25. So I think what the problem is, the logic kind of follows. Like, there's a bounty on the person, you get it, and then the payout is divided up against the guy that issued it, which is usually the government, and you. So you get whatever cut that is. So I guess you have to kind of cherry pick bounty hunters. Like, if there's a dude like stealing from grocery stores, he has like a bounty, probably don't go for those. But if there's like a dude that's like, I don't know, like just local police chief just does not fancy the dude whatsoever, yeah, go for that guy. That should be a higher payout, most likely. I don't know, I've never been a bounty hunter, so I would not know, but think about that. Better than a Starbucks barista. I also forgot to mention, you don't need a license to do this. You just go out there, as long as you follow gun regulation and everything, because you could carry your own firearm and you don't, like, you know, abuse your power as a bounty hunter, you should be fine. You should be fine. Professional mourners. I know exactly who can fit these categories, right, for jobs. You know those chicks that be crying on TikTok or like Instagram? These people would absolutely slap in this market. I'm not kidding. All right, so these people make on typically 35 to 120 each event, and it only lasts about an hour. Do you know how good that cash is, my man? And all you gotta do is just cry on command. And I think for some people it's kind of hard to cry, so here's like a little like a secret tip that I like to do. So say I was like at the funeral and everything, and they're talking about, oh yeah, we're gathered here today for Margaret. She was a kind, brave soul. You got me sitting on the side over here, and you see like the dude that hired me, he's like kind of giving me that stare down because I'm not crying, right? I'll go to Dave's Hot Chicken before the event, get a Carolina Reaper steak. When they get to that part where everyone starts crying, I would just inhale that sucker, just gargle that stuff down, and then just like give me like 5 to 10 seconds. Immediately I'm gonna start coughing, crying, all the sorts, because really with the pain they're feeling in their heart is the pain I'm feeling in my esophagus at the moment. So I'm just gonna be crying and everything. That's how I would do it on command. I know there's better ways, but I think that's the best like way to get like that really ugly cry face out when at those funerals. So, you know, if you guys are going to be professional mourners, just consider that tip. All right, and also credit me if possible, like maybe put my name as like the method for it. So all right, next up, adult toy tester. Now the salary for this one is gonna get a lot of people upset. So these people make around $34,000 to $52,000 a year. You're telling me in this economy the same amount of work that takes people to run like a restaurant, like a cashier or like, I don't know, like a janitor of that sort, is about the same pay as someone that's pleasuring themselves in a laboratory to test a toy and everything? It's oh my gosh, I cannot. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. And I'm looking at ZipRecruiter right now. There is an offer in Los Angeles currently that can give you an average hourly salary of oh my gosh, $51 an hour. No. There's no. Okay, so basically there's 2 ways to become one. You gotta know someone okay, so there is nepotism in this. So you gotta know someone that knows a guy that knows another guy that knows this guy that knows this guy that knows this guy that knows his cousin about whether or not they make toys for adults. Y'all remember when your parents told you if you worked hard enough and you were really honest in your life, you would just be successful? No. I don't know where that logic comes from, but it does not apply today, it seems like. Next up, a paper towel sniffer. It sounds a lot more difficult than it really is, I promise. So basically, like some scientists, they have to like sniff like a paper towel in order to see like if there's any chemicals in there that could affect the person using it, and they basically get paid for that. You're probably wondering how much they get paid for this, listen, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. They make on average $19,000 to $52,000 a year. And then finally, last but certainly not least, because I'm shocked this even makes this much money, a fortune cookie writer. They make on average 38 bucks an hour. 38 bucks an hour. And that's on average. The lowest you can get is 13 bucks an hour, right? And the highest is 65. Dude, how? That cannot be right. I don't want to like mess up anyone's goals as a fortune cookie writer, and then your boss sees this and he probably just thought of it just now. But that one, it just feels like AI could just take over that one. I don't think there's any reason for them to not do that, honestly. But while you guys still can, take advantage. Take advantage. That's what life is at times. Just taking advantage of stuff and opportunities that arise. You just gotta notice that it's happening, and you just strangle that by its neck. You feel me? You ever played like that one like really old video game? I think there's like this dog. You shoot birds out the sky, right? And like when the bird falls on the ground, you see the dog go after it, and he just has that stuff by its neck, like this really strong grip, gorilla glue grip on the bird after it catches it. That's what you should be doing with opportunities in your life. So if you see that, gorilla grip that stuff. It sounds kind of wrong out of context, but you get what I mean. Also, just like an honorable mention, find a job, know people, networking. All right, see y'all later. That's for real.